You know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
And another 7-day wait has come to a conclusion. We are here. We are those weekend golf guys. John Ashton in studio. Jeff Smith live on the road again, joining us via the telephone. And joining us in studio here is a guest we had a couple weeks ago, Dave Granell, the hypnotist from Chicago. And I am going to make sure I set him in the studio to my left where I do not have to make eye contact with him. So no matter what he tries to do, I will be able to resist.
Come on, Dave, get to him.
Well, John, if you don't want to change and fix your golf game, then you don't have to, I guess.
That's right. Well, thank you for that. Book a heavy guilt trip, right? There you go. All right, but Dave, welcome, and thanks for stopping in on your way through. It's nice to see you live and in person. So few people actually have the opportunity to make it to our glamorous Golf Guys studio. But, Jeff, I got to tell you something. A couple of years ago, we had a guy on the air named Mark Button. He's an author and a golfer, and he wrote a book called The Legend of the Golf Gods, Finding Timing and Tempo.
Oh, I remember.
Remember him?
Yeah, I remember. Uh-huh.
At that time, I remembered being at the Senior PGA Championship at Valhalla about 6-7 years ago. I was standing next to the 10th tee at Valhalla, which is a long par 5, and watched Tom Watson, who is nowhere near as large in real life as you think he is when you see him on TV. I guess it's his legend that just makes him appear larger than life. He's a rather diminutive gentleman.
I think he's like 5'7" or 5'8" or something.
Yeah, I'm a little taller than he was, which surprised me. But I watched him stand on the tips at a long par 5 at Valhalla and just take one of the sweetest, smoothest, gentlest swings I have ever seen and just smack the ball straight down the middle of that fairway, about 285, 290. And at that point, it dawned on me that it's the tempo. It's not, well, it's the tempo and the speed, not the force with which you hit that ball.
You know, it's a nice combination of those things. You know, when you think about tempo, you can kind of picture in your mind. Do you remember Payne Stewart?
Oh yeah,
he had this beautiful rhythmic rotation. And you know, you get a guy like that and a guy like Bobby Jones, and you look at those guys and Sam Snead, and you look at them and you're like, they don't look like they're putting any effort into it. They're not even going fast.
Yeah.
You know, a guy like Ernie Els, a guy like Steve Elkington. You see him and you're like, what is this?
Right, exactly.
How can that guy hit a ball that far? But then again, you look at guys like Nick Price, and Nick is just this blur.
Yeah.
On the way back and on the way through. And then you looked at like Greg Norman, who was not necessarily a blur on the way back, and Rory McIlroy, and these guys have different tempos. And Phil Mickelson, in today's era, he's slow.
Yeah.
And Matt Kuchar is slow. And you look at this, and you're like, how can all of these different swing speeds work? How can these different backswing speed versus downswing speed, how do they all work? The truth of it is that they match themselves to the person. You know, it's kind of like having a swing signature. Not just in terms of does it have any loops like Jim Furyk, but in its rhythm and timing and balance that they swing the club, and it's a matter of where did they get it to go its absolute fastest. And all of these people maximize their speed right through the hitting area. But yet they take different paths to get there. They take different tempos to get there. It's unbelievable.
Can that be taught?
Yeah, actually it can.
Okay.
The what I teach people is to seek their own and find it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of times the tempo that a person has matches their personality. For example, a guy who just kind of strolls along and he talks a little slower and he moves a little slower, I'm going to have a hard time believing that a fast tempo is going to work for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhat built into who you are.
Okay.
You know, there's some guys that I work with that are absolutely the most high-pressure people, and everything's in a race for everything. I mean, they can't wait to the end of something to have the beginning of the next thing go so that thing can end so they can have something next thing happen. It's like they're rushing through every bit of life, and they rush through all their golf shots, and they rush through all their golf swings. But if they tried to slow it down and create a tempo like Phil Mickelson or like the one you mentioned with Tom Watson, they couldn't do it. They cannot perform at that rhythmic and slow of a pace. It has to match who they are. I teach people I see who they are, and when we're walking out to the tee from the golf studio, and, it's about 100 yards, and if they're beating me there, and I first know who they are, and if they talk fast, and they move their hands a lot, and they do all that stuff, I realize that the rhythm that they naturally have is going to be a little bit quicker pace.
So it's basically swing within yourself then, right?
Well, certainly swing that matches yourself and your own personality, yeah.
Okay.
Because every time you hear of John Daly, it's always grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
So that's a much faster
It is. Is that something you
swing
you can convince me to stay within myself?
Stay within yourself. If you think that you're really going to overswing, do the exact opposite. Swing only about 80% of your normal.
Well, let me tell you what I did the other day. Okay, I'm out playing with my brother-in-law. We're on a par 4, 345 yards. First 200 yards is a gentle incline up, top of a hill, and then it goes down just as gently to the green. So there's a spot beyond which you can't see. Everything just came together. It felt good, it sounded good, and it looked great. It was a tee shot that was hugging the right-hand side of the fairway, and it landed beyond the crest of the hill, so we couldn't see it land. So my brother-in-law, who's my biggest critic, was walking with me. He found his ball, took his second shot, yet to find mine. He said, man, I don't think it went into the rough, but why can't we see? We kept walking. And I got to a point where he said, John, man, no, it can't be that far up. My second shot was a 50-yard lob wedge into the green.
Look at you.
And it was like, okay, now I've got to remember. Why can't I remember exactly what I did? All I know that I really did was took the club back slowly and stopped at the top. Sometimes I get in a hurry and I come down and the ball goes God knows where. But it was wonderful. And I did take that lob wedge, and as we have worked together the few times we have played, set up correctly, hit it high, hit it over the sand trap that was between me and the green, put it about 12 feet from the cup, and birdied the hole.
Wonderful.
At which point,
what a great story.
I stopped. I said, okay.
And then,
it doesn't get any better than this, man.
Go out on top.
Yeah.
My next question is this: if you just beautifully, magically hit this drive, and then you came up and you hit this gorgeous wedge, and then you made the putt. At what point, John, did you actually wake up and get out of bed?
See, here's the riff. When people hit that shot, they go, I have no idea where that came from. I never hit it like that before, because in their mind, 60,000 thoughts that they have a day, it's the same thought running over and over again. I can't hit it that far, or I can't make that shot. So there's this certain words that you have to avoid when you're golfing. One is take the word don't out of it. Mm-hmm. So you got to say, this is what I'm going to do. So replace don't with do. Take the word try out of it, because if you try, that means you might fail. Mm-hmm. So you replace that where you're going to do it, that you can do it, you've done it before. And take out the word hope. I hope I can hit that shot. Mm-hmm. And replace it with I know I can hit that shot.
Right.
And take out the word need. Take the word need out and use want. Like, I don't need to make a birdie on this hole. Say, I want to make a birdie on this hole. So you're taking the pressure off yourself just in case. So,
I think that's just some of the smartest stuff.
Right.
I've talked to a lot of my students about these sort of things. The word need is in there way too much. Now, you and I both know that we've talked a lot on the radio show, John, about the thought about your brain, especially when he called in a couple weeks back. Your brain doesn't deal with the word, the negative stuff. Can't understand the word not.
Right.
Yeah, can't
John,
for sure.
another word
not.
you need to take out of your vocabulary. John, a few more words you need to take out of your vocabulary on the golf course.
Okay.
The word water. Unless, of course, you're about to drink some.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 3 words you can keep in: ground under repair. You can keep that in, but 3 words you got to take out is out of bounds. You got to take that out.
I was trying.
Listen to this guy. He's genius.
After
the word need out, you don't need to do anything.
That's
right.
It. You want to.
Yeah.
After talking with Dave, a couple weeks ago on the show, I've tried to develop. No, I don't try. I do develop a much more positive outlook on the whole thing. And I was trying to help my brother-in-law because he was, on a tee, and he goes, man, that's a long, I don't think, I can't hit it that far. And I said, come on, Tim, positive. He said, okay, I'm positive I can't hit it that far.
That's right.
So the boy's got a lot of work to do, a lot of work to do. We're going to be right back. Don't you move. We got a lot more good stuff coming up with Dave Granell, and we'll be talking with Deb from KitchenAide, and of course, Jeff's going to be with us for a run. John Ashton. We are those weekend golf guys, and we will be right back. Hey, Jeff, I was watching the Golf Channel, believe it or not, the other day, and they did this thing on drivers, and they were showing where on the face of a driver you get the best reaction. And they said that, you hit it below the equator, you're going to lose like 10 to 20 yards. If you hit it on the heel, you're going to lose space. The best place to hit it is in the upper quadrant by the toe.
Yeah, most of the drivers today are kind of built that way, where I think what they did is they may have figured out where most of the people have been hitting it anyway, and they kind of put the hot spot over, where it's like a little above the center of the club and a little bit towards the toe, thinking that they could get people to hit it a little bit farther. But you know what? There's so many people out there that can't hit it there, regardless of the one little spot they put it. There's people can't hit it anyway.
Yeah.
So, you're struggling.
I was going to say, that's the whole thought between what Dean Knuth did with the high heat driver, is make the whole face a sweet spot. Yeah.
He knew that the average amateur golfer, he can't pick out what spot on the club he's going to hit it. He had to make it so the whole thing was hot.
Yeah.
So no matter, he designed it. When he was telling us about how he designed that thing, I was completely amazed. He taught me something that I did not know. The center of gravity on his club is actually below the center line. And it's the only club that's ever been on the market that the center of gravity of the club is actually below it. He moved it around so that every place was a hot spot on the face. So, what a perfect driver built for the average guy, because the average guy can't pinpoint where the heck he's going to hit the ball on the face.
Exactly. You will make fewer mistakes, fewer bad shots. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. They're going to ask you if you want to buy one, where you heard about it. Tell them you heard about it from those weekend golf guys, and the whole club will cost you $70 less. All right, you're going to get a $70 discount because you are our listeners. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. It's a high heat driver. The entire face is a sweet spot. You need one. And welcome back, those weekend golf guys. John Ashton here in studio. Jeff Smith with us on the phone. The pizza's been delivered, and life is back. It's the commute back to the golf cave has begun. Dave Granell, mind training coach for athletes, with us. And on the phone with us, Bobby DiMeo with shortpar4.com. And I got to tell you that this, Bobby, I saw this idea. You sent me an email, and it's probably one of the best ideas I think I've seen come along in the golf business in a long time. And I just want to say congratulations, and give us the elevator pitch, man. Shortpar4.com. What is it?
Awesome. Well, thank you for the kind words. Basically, what we came up with was a way to style golfers. We actually just came out with an ad last week that said 1982 called and wants their pants back. So, we're trying to show people that golf apparel doesn't have to be just the preppy look anymore, and it's become lifestyle. And so what we do is we take a style profile that our users fill out online, and we have buyers that are in our warehouse, and they buy based 100% on your sizes and your style. We choose the company we want to buy from. For $45 a month, you receive a package, and it could have 1 to 3 items. It could be anywhere from a jacket to a full outfit to a polo, a hat, and a sleeve of balls. Free shipping. That's all you pay. Done.
So it's basically subscription clothing.
It's a subscription to golf apparel. We don't really do closeout product. It's all based on in-season, in-line product. Mm-hmm. We work very close with the manufacturers to make sure that we put out the right products for our users.
You get your mail order clothes. What about, what if it doesn't fit right? What if you think you're a certain size and, let's say you think you're a 32 waist, and what if you're really not? What happens when all of a sudden something comes in and, maybe it's a little tight. Maybe you're really a 36 waist and just, you're delusional.
Well, first of all, have one less piece of pizza. Is
it the next month you send like an exercise coupon or something like that?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is you get your box and you say, "Listen, I'm a 32 with Nike, but I just received these Travis Matthew pants and I'm now a 36 and they don't fit." Well, in each box is a form, and you send us an email, and we will email you a return label. We pay for shipping back to us, and we'll send you the size you need.
With a quick note saying, "Don't make that mistake again. Get real,
so
Jeff."
Your wife measure you.
Exactly.
So you guys quickly adjust your database, right?
Yeah, exactly. We give you the opportunity you can exchange for size. You can't exchange for opinion. So it's our job. If you fill out your style profile correctly, it's our job now to go ahead and ship you the right stuff that fits you or based on your profile. And our personas are pretty basic. We have a traditional, and we use Freddie Couples as our guy. We have athletic, and we use Jordan Spieth as our guy. And we have Loud and Wild, and we use Ricky Fowler. And then we have an all styles, and we use like an Adam Scott, Phil Mickelson. Phil shouldn't wear all styles sometimes, but sometimes he does.
Yeah. So if I fill out the Freddie Couples style profile, I'm not going to be getting any loudmouth pants.
No loudmouth for you. You basically you would get the basic solids, your whites, your blacks, your blues, your khaki shorts, khaki pants, navies, black pants, gray pants, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't get white bottoms. You wouldn't get striped polos. Maybe a very subtle stripe, a thin stripe possibly, but for the most part, you're getting your very basic colors and solids.
Right.
In the traditional persona.
So what got you to start this? Were you a fashion maven beforehand, or just a golfer who was disgusted by the guys around him?
Well, I definitely wasn't a fashion maven for sure, but I've been in the golf business for 10 years. I'm a graduate of the San Diego Golf Academy, and from there, got into a business. I started a caddy company that brokered caddies around the country for charity golf tournaments and some of the Pro Tour PGA events. And it's all online, so it kind of, basically runs itself. And this subscription model has been around since the CD days back in the late 80s.
Right.
So the subscription model is nothing new. It's just what can you deliver now in that model? And golf, being an absolute golf nut myself, and I definitely fit under the Loud and Wild category because I like to be seen.
Gee, that surprises me, Bobby.
But I just figured, hey, there's a way to tie in style and deliver product at the right price, but also still be stylish and fashionable. And that's kind of what this was built on. It was built on passion. It was built on fashion. It was built on basically savings.
Yeah.
How can we get golf apparel cheaper to people without having to go to the store, deal with lines, and still have it be something that's not a closeout product that nobody wants to buy, still be fashionable.
And not last year's stuff. That is great, man. And it's good that, it's a great idea. I saw it, and that's the first thing I thought of. It's like the Columbia CD Club for clothes, man.
Yep. No, it's been great. We did a little bit of a revamp about a month ago, and it's been great. It's been an interesting run for the last 6-8 months, but we're on the right track, and I think it's being received very well in the golf community.
You got Father's Day coming up too. It's a great gift.
Yeah.
Yep. We have our Father's Day ad will be going out here in the next week or two. Unfortunately, we're not doing women's clothing yet, but that will be probably the end of summer. All
right, it is shortpar4.com. Bobby DiMeo, it's great idea, man. And do me a favor, man, send me a copy of that 1982 call. They want their pants back. Just put that up on our website just because it's cool, man. It's cool.
We'll make sure we get the address. We'll get a box out to you this month.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. We'll be in touch. All right, Bobby.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your time, man, and good luck with shortpar4.com. All right, that is it, shortpar4.com. Great idea, man. Yeah. It's one of those, I wish I had come up with that. You know? All right, we are those Weekend Golf Guys, and we will be right back. I suggest you stay right where you're at.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 of pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-554-4183 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-554-4183 to take your call now. Call 800-554-4183. That's 800-554-4183. Again, 800-554-4183.
Jeff, I was out Monday with Joseph, my 10-year-old, and we both were having the same problem, man. Just missing. I mean, trying to read the green, and the ball breaks, you get the line, and it stops 2 inches before you get to the cup.
Missed it by that much.
Or it scoots by on the left or the right by a hair and moves on.
The hard thing there is getting your stroke to go where you're aimed. People, they do some hand twisting, their arms move around, but not the people that come see me in my clinics. We start the putting with the putting stroke teacher. We get them on there. Their forearms are nice and level. The putting stroke teacher fits right on their putter. And next thing you know, they're draining putts. And they're looking at this going, this is the easiest thing I've ever seen.
Nice. I tried it, and it worked.
Well, if it works for her,
that's right.
It's going to work for anybody. 6
straight putts in a row.
As I say, I got to get me one of these.
That's right.
What is it? The Putting Stroke Teacher, TPSteacher.com.
TPSteacher.com. Yeah, TPSteacher.com. Got to get one of those things, man. They're easy.
And welcome back, those Weekend Golf Guys. John Ashton in studio, Jeff Smith with us in a parking lot at a pizza joint in Greencastle, Indiana at the moment. It's a long story. We'll get to it later. And, of course, Dave Granell, Mind Training for Athletes, joining us in studio. And on the phone, I want to say hello to Deb O'Conner with KitchenAide. Deb, welcome to those Weekend Golf Guys. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
This is the luckiest woman in appliance business or the golf business. I'm not sure which business you're in at the moment.
Probably in both.
In
at
both.
This point.
The Senior PGA Championship presented by KitchenAide is something that I guess you are ultimately responsible for.
Yep, I'm responsible for the KitchenAide activation, and we work really closely with the PGA of America, who are fantastic to work with, and we make sure everything happens between us. We've got golf and KitchenAide covered. How's that?
That sounds good. First off, when my wife heard that you were going to be one of the guests on the show, she was so excited because everything in her kitchen, or our kitchen, because she doesn't use it anywhere near as much as I do. She just buys the stuff. From the spatulas to the potato peeler to the mixer is KitchenAide. And she needed...
I'd love to hear that.
She had to have that KitchenAide mixer. She's never baked in her life, but she needed that mixer because it looked good on the counter.
Then I think you need to buy her some attachments. There's a pasta attachment. There's a spiralizer attachment. You come see me at the event, and I'll show you all the different things we can do with that.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, Deb.
That's right. The consummate sales professional on the radio show right now. Get the attachments for the mixer. Yeah.
The first reaction most people who are into golf have when they hear presented by KitchenAide, they go, what? But when it comes right down to it, we're talking the same constituency, basically, are we not?
Yeah, we are, and you know what? It's really about aligning ourselves with other premium brands, which of course the PGA of America is, and some of their other sponsors, and then also, both organizations are quality and excellence, and both of them actually kind of help people have a good time. So whether it's on the golf course with your buddies, or if you're cooking at home in the kitchen with your family and friends, it's about making memories with your family.
I love the way you guys set up at the thing, because you don't do the golf thing. You don't try to pretend.
Yep.
You come across as what and who you are, and you set up kitchens right out there on the course, and And it's a marvelous thing. We were at some of your facilities out here when you were at Valhalla a couple of years ago, and it was just great.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and it's our opportunity to get, as you said, the same market, get people an opportunity to touch and feel the products, and this year we have a ton of new products. So we have a lot of new small appliances, different coffee makers, different ways to cook. I mentioned that spiralizer attachment that can go on the stand mixer. It almost makes noodles out of potatoes and squash and things like that. So all these really great new things you can do. And then our whole large appliances are all different too, all new, just coming out. Mm-hmm. So this will be one of the first places people will be able to see a whole full kitchen of our new products. So it's exciting for us to show it off.
Now, for people who are unaware, the Senior PGA this year, 2015 Senior PGA presented by KitchenAide, is going to be at French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana. And when you say that word, the only thing you ever think of is Larry Bird. In fact, Larry Bird, I think, is the only thing that's ever come out of French Lick, Indiana. It's a small town.
Everything else stays there.
They stay there. It's a small town. Booming metropolis is not two words you ever use in conjunction with French Lick. The resort is beautiful.
It's fabulous.
And the town is beautiful, and you guys are going to be partying all over French Lick during the week of that tournament, are you not?
Yes. I mean, aside from being all over the golf course, watching great golf, touching, feeling, experiencing these great KitchenAide appliances. You can go downtown, which of course is a small downtown, but it's all right there in one area. There's going to be a festival all weekend long, different things going. We are actually going to put up a demonstration kitchen, and we've got a chef that's going to be cooking all weekend out there, just so people can come up and talk about cooking and get their latest, whatever tips that they're interested in. They can get their questions answered, and then we also have a KitchenAide pop-up store. So in case you're interested in buying anything, you can stop over at the pop-up store.
I just realized.
Why not?
I just realized I got a Christmas gift 2 years ago from my daughter, and it was a coffee maker that wasn't KitchenAide.
Oh, no. See? So you need a new coffee maker now,
But if you could make a mixer that could hit it 300 yards, you would have something then.
We should actually work on that one. I think you're right.
Your folks at KitchenAide wanted to remind me that you don't come by this by mistake. You are an avid golfer. You live on a golf course, and golf has been very important in your life.
Yeah, it's funny because you said I'm the luckiest girl at KitchenAide, which I am because I work at an amazing organization, but because I get to do this Senior PGA Championship. The championship comes to Harbor Shores, which in Benton Harbor, Michigan, our hometown, every other year. And Harbor Shores Golf Course is part of a revitalization of Benton Harbor. So they built this Jack Nicklaus signature golf course. We have real estate development, and that's why we sponsor one of the reasons why we sponsor the event is to bring more people into our hometown so people can check it out and then hopefully come back, maybe live there. But I personally live on the fifth hole, so I'm really fortunate. So
Benton Harbor, Michigan, the golf season is short.
Way too short. I think I played my first 18 2 days ago in the rain. So yeah. Way too short.
Basically, this is not only a way for you to approach the rest of the consumers with an evangelical zeal about KitchenAide, but it's a way for you to get golf in a lot more early in the season than you would had you just stayed home.
Yeah.
Admit it. Come on, Deb, admit it.
It's supposed to be like, I don't know, it's 15 degrees warmer at French Lick. I'm happy to go.
Exactly.
Don't tell anyone I'm going early.
That's where you stay in Monday and Tuesday afterwards.
Yes. A lot of post-tournament wrap-up that needs to be done. You know how that works.
Exactly.
Well, Deb, now the tournament's, May 19th through the 25th?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep. And so it starts out with a Pro-Am, and then Wednesday is the practice day, which is a great day for kids to come out and get autographs. The players are very relaxed. And then Thursday starts the actual contest, and then through Sunday.
I wish we knew somebody that could, help us arrange a weekend golf guys team in a Pro-Am. We don't know.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, we'll have to work on that.
Yeah.
See if we can ingratiate ourselves to anybody up there at French Lick.
Well, and there's a couple of courses if you go. You
Yeah.
could do the Pete Dye course, and then is where we're playing the event, and then go to the Donald Ross course, which is awesome too.
That is, and that Valley course, fun to play.
It's a nice track. Tom Bendelow designed that, and that's a surprisingly good one.
Yeah.
It's just the one they just don't talk about.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately they don't talk about it, but they just don't. Compared to the Donald Ross and of course the Pete Dye.
Exactly.
It's pretty tough to. That's a tough crowd right there.
Certainly is. The 2015 Senior PGA Championship presented by KitchenAide, just a couple of weeks away. Deb O'Conner will be up there. KitchenAide will be represented in all its resplendent glory. And it's going to be a fun time. Suggest everybody who is anywhere within, like 60% of the population of the United States is within an 8-hour drive of French Lick, Indiana. So what you need to do is hustle your buns over there and get yourself some tickets and enjoy it. Deb, we appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you in person. And we'll talk about those attachments when we get up there. All right?
All right. You look for me and I'll show them off to you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. Deb O'Conner with KitchenAide. Thanks
for
very
coming
much.
on.
We are those weekend golf guys, and we're going to be right back. I would suggest you stay right where you're at.
We live in a pretty nice neighborhood, really safe. Yeah, a few families have security systems, but not us. We felt really safe. Till last week, when someone broke into our home. We were gone less than an hour, and they took just about everything that wasn't nailed down. Jewelry, TVs, artwork, even the kids' video games. We thought this couldn't ever happen to us. We thought wrong. My wife and I felt violated, and our kids were scared to go back in the house. So we asked one of the neighbors about their security system from Alliance. And then we called them.
If you think this can't happen to you, think again. Then call Alliance Security and get peace of mind for less, a lot less. We offer free same-day installation for many neighborhoods, plus give you a $100 Visa gift card. Call us right now at 1-800-533-7992. That's 1-800-533-7992. Free same-day installation and a $100 Visa gift card. 1-800-533-7992.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-554-4183 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-554-4183 to take your call now. Call 800-554-4183. That's 800-554-4183. Again, 800-554-4183.
And we are back, those weekend golf guys. Thanks for hanging with us here. John Ashton in studio, Jeff Smith in between bites of pizza on the road on the way back to the golf cave at Otter Creek. In studio with us, Dave Granell, mind training coach and all-around positive kind of guy. And then with us on the phone, Doug Hollinsworth, our traveling guru, our golf traveler, our traveling golfer, whatever. We were trying to decide if we were going to use On the Road Again as a theme song for you or one other song that we couldn't find. So we decided since we didn't want to make that decision, we just went cold.
All right, well, we'll figure something out so we can have a nice intro every time.
How about we just call him A Man Without an Office?
There you go.
That's it. Doug Hollinsworth, you are going to regale us. Now, first off, I've got to be official. Doug Hollinsworth with Georgia Golf and Travel and the Georgia Golf Trail. However, today I understand that you will be extolling the virtues of a non-Georgia place.
Yes, we are been very fortunate in my many years here on Earth to have visited many great places, both in the United States and abroad, in terms of where to go, play golf, travel. We certainly love our home state here in Georgia, and we wish everybody could come down and be a part of the Georgia Golf Trail and see what we have to offer here. But we do have so many great places that not only just golfers but family can go on trips. So I wanted to talk just briefly today about a region that is just dear to my heart, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it. It's in the Williamsburg, Virginia area, and it is a mecca of some great golf courses, some great things for families to do. So it is an overall great vacation, not only in the summertime, but it's certainly good when the kids are off. They can go to the Williamsburg area and, enjoy a lot of things, and we can talk about a couple of those things. But
sure, but let me ask you just a quick question, Doug. Aren't you by law required to refer to it as historic Williamsburg?
Well, actually, there's Colonial Williamsburg, which is part of the area, and I am a big fan of Colonial Williamsburg. And actually, I'll have to admit, the Robert Trent Jones Senior course there, the Golden Horseshoe, is my favorite golf course anywhere in the United States. It is absolutely a gem. 4 of the best par 3s anywhere. They're all over water. One of Mr. Jones' first island greens is number 16. They're on the Golden Horseshoe, and so that is a part of Colonial Williamsburg. But there's so many other ones. Kingsmill on the James, just right down the road there from Colonial Williamsburg, where they've currently held the LPGA Tour goes there. The PGA Tour used to go reside there every year, and just a wonderful golf course there. They have different golf courses, one right along the James River that's just really picturesque, and so many things to do. Another great one in the area is called Ford's Colony, part of the Marriott family, and another just wonderful golf course, and Williamsburg National, and we could go on and on and on. So it's just a wonderful place. And the nice thing about this area is, which I'm very jealous of, they have three major airports from Richmond to Newport News to Norfolk that just help the Chesapeake Bay area over there, just with all the amount of people that live in that area. But it certainly can get into it very easily. All the roads are very close to Williamsburg, and so it's that makes it extremely well traveled and certainly easy for people to come into.
So is it close? Is it officially in the Tidewater area of Virginia?
It is. Okay. Yeah, it's in that area. If you've never been there, it's just one of the prettiest areas there, from the York River and the James River, and that Williamsburg sits right in the middle of the two rivers. And certainly that area is known for the vast history that we've had, from, again, Yorktown there, part of the Revolutionary War, and it's a great place to go and do a lot of things. Jamestown, the area there, right there on the Jamestown, where they founded that in the early 1600s before they moved up to Williamsburg for the capital. A lot of things to see there and do for the family and the kids, and just some of the best, eating places you'll ever want to find. So, like I said, to history, to old plantations up and down the James and York River, and so there's so many things to do, and this is why it's one of my favorite areas. It's just, it's a great family thing. So if Dad wants to go play golf, Mom can go to different places, shopping, great shopping in the area. The kids can do a lot of stuff at the different facilities. They also have a Busch Gardens in that area that is just absolutely wonderful. So there's so much to see and do in that area, and you certainly would, you could take a week and just enjoy that week and do something differently every day. And they've got great prices for hotels, or you can stay there in the Colonial Williamsburg area, which is one of my favorite areas to stay in, and eat at a Colonial Tavern and hear ghost stories at nighttime. And so it's a lot of fun, and I recommend people look it up. And for Colonial Williamsburg, they can just go to history.org and find out a lot of different things. They actually have some live webcams that you can see what's going on during the day. But a great summer vacation, or any time during the year there in Williamsburg, Virginia.
So now are like places, the courses like the you mentioned the Golden Horseshoe. Is that public? Open to the public?
All public, yes. They certainly have some private courses there. Kingsmill is private. You'd have to stay on the property, but you can. There, Ford's Colony, they have a nice Marriott right there. And both Kingsmill and Ford's Colony are a residential community, but, some great golf. Most everything that you're going to want to really see and do in terms of golf is all public. Mm-hmm. So there's plenty of websites there to go to. You can certainly go to Williamsburg CVB and find out a lot of information about the area and what to do and different packages that you can, come and take. And I've got a good friend of mine who's in the golf packaging business there in Williamsburg, and they just do a wonderful job. But again, like I said, it's so easy to get in and out of, driving or flying into, and that just makes it, just a real nice place to go.
And we'll have some links up to visit from thoseweekendgolfguys.com that you can get there, and you have a mind to check out Williamsburg, Virginia. I mean, Doug is as he says, a seasoned world traveler, and if he says it's a good place to go, he means it. It's a good place to go.
It really is. It's even if you don't have anything to do with history, there's still so much to do in the area, and that's for family, and that's why I'm kind of thinking, going into May here and plan something for this summer and just go and have fun but some of the best golf that I have ever played, and if anybody ever gets a chance, you've got to go play the Golden Horseshoe. It is just a spectacular layout. Like I said, Robert Trent Jones Sr., and they just had their 50th anniversary a couple of years ago, and it's a fun golf course. It's not an easy golf course. They have a 600-yard par 5 that always kind of eats my lunch, but and then the very next hole is the 16th, Island Green. It's always a lot of fun there too. So.
Well, next time before you go, sit down with our man Dave Granell over here, who'll get you. He'll get you on the green in 3, man. He will show you the positive approach.
Well, I trust me. I need all the help I can get anytime I play golf.
Bad attitude.
I will call Dave and have him do his telepathy over the wavelengths, the radio, or something. So
he can handle that, man. Doug Hollinsworth, our traveling golfer. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. We'll next time I'm on, we'll come up with another fun place for the family and golfers to go here in the United States, and look forward to being back on with you soon.
You indeed will do that. Doug Hollinsworth with Georgia Golf and Travel and the Georgia Golf Trail, and the official stamp of approval for Williamsburg, Virginia area. And Doug, thanks a lot, man. Take it easy. We will talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, guys.
All right, man. See you. Bye. Hey, we are those weekend golf guys. We're not booking our trip to Williamsburg yet because we're going to take a break to do that. We can't do that while we're on the air. So you hang out. We got some travel and booking to do here. We will be right back. Don't you move. Hey, Jeff, I was watching the Golf Channel, believe it or not, the other day, and they did this thing on drivers, and they were showing where on the face of a driver you get the best reaction. And they said that, you hit it below the equator, you're going to lose like 10 to 20 yards. If you hit it on the heel, you're going to lose space. The best place to hit it is in the upper quadrant by the toe.
Yeah, most of the drivers today are kind of built that way, where I think what they did is they may have figured out where most of the people have been hitting it anyway, and they kind of put the hot spot over, where it's like a little above the center of the club and a little bit towards the toe, thinking that they could get people to hit it a little bit farther. But you know what? There's so many people out there that can't hit it there, regardless of the one little spot they put it. There's people can't hit it anyway.
Yeah.
So, you're struggling.
I was going to say, that's the whole thought between what Dean Knuth did with the high heat driver, is make the whole face a sweet spot. Yeah.
He knew that the average amateur golfer, he can't pick out what spot on the club he's going to hit it. He had to make it so the whole thing was hot.
Yeah.
So no matter, he designed it. When he was telling us about how he designed that thing, I was completely amazed. He taught me something that I did not know. The center of gravity on his club is actually below the center line, and it's the only club that's ever been on the market that the center of gravity of the club is actually below it. He moved it around so that every place was a hot spot on the face. So, what a perfect driver built for the average guy, because the average guy can't pinpoint where the heck he's going to hit the ball on the face.
Exactly. You will make fewer mistakes, fewer bad shots. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. They're going to ask you if you want to buy one, where you heard about it. Tell them you heard about it from those weekend golf guys, and the whole club will cost you $70 less. All right, you're going to get a $70 discount because you are our listeners. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. It's a high heat driver. The entire face is a sweet spot. You need one. And thanks for hanging out with us. Coming on back, we are those weekend golf guys. John Ashton in studio, Jeff Smith on the road on his way back to the golf cave at Otter Creek. In studio with us, Dave Granell, the mind trainer for athletes. Some people call him a hypnotist. I have avoided eye contact with the man for the entire hour here so far, so we're doing fine. I'm not squawking like a chicken or anything yet, so we'll see what's going on. Don't look at me in that tone of voice, David. And with us on the line, Bart at Pitch Fix. And Bart, first off, welcome to those weekend golf guys. Thanks for spending some time on the phone with us.
Thank you, John. Great to be on the show today.
I got to tell you, the UPS man came to the door with a nice box, and my 10-year-old was there, and it's like Christmas time whenever I get a box. He's right there at my elbow wanting to see what was in it. And I had two of the nicest looking packaged boxes of golf accessories that I've ever seen. First off, great presentation, Bart, on the Pitch Fix stuff. But I got basically everything in your line, which was fantastic, and thank you very much. And our golf guys now are all well. And Jeff, if I ever got up to get the hats, you get your Pitch Fix stuff too, so don't give me any lip.
I won't. I'll wait. Yeah. Gently, kindly. I'll wait quietly.
I think most of
Pitch Fix. Where is it?
Most of us have seen the Pitch Fix that works like a switchblade with the magnetic ball marker in the handle. You push the button and the little tongs come out, and then you put them back in when you're done. It's great. But the thing that intrigued me, and that's what I'd like to talk about as much as we can today, Bart, is the twister. Is that what you call it? The barrel-looking tool with the ball mark on one end, and then you twist it, and 4 prongs pop out of the top. That intrigued me, and if you could explain the thought behind that to me, I would appreciate it, sir.
Okay, John. Well, thank you. Actually, the invention of that twister tool is all in the pins that come out. The twister you just received from us is just a first tool, a first design that we built around those new shape of pins. And the idea behind the pins is that with a normal fork-shaped divot tool, most people don't know how to do a proper repair.
Yes.
And those pins on the twister, you just jab them into the middle of your ball mark, and you pull the tool back up, and it does all the job for you. So it does make a perfect repair every time you do it. And depending on the type of green you're playing, whether it's a hard or a soft green, you might have to do it a couple of times. But anytime you will do a proper repair. So you can't do it wrong anymore, no more damage to the roots. Never leave an air cushion under the repair, never again. That leaves you with a brown spot 2 weeks later, and that takes long to repair.
So does this now make you the favorite person of all time for golf course superintendents everywhere?
Well, we hope to be for sure, and I think we can be great help in always having great greens to play on, and saving the owners of the course a lot of maintenance costs.
Exactly. Now, Jeff, you know, up at Otter Creek and every other course you've been to, even the fancy schmancy private ones you play at, people, whether they, as Bart said, and we've seen, they don't know how to fix the ball mark, or they're just too lazy to.
I think it's both.
You have to do 3 or 4 of them. You know, if you're a conscientious golfer, you got to do your own and like 3 or 4 others every time you get up there.
Yeah, you do. And one of the things I like about the Pitch Fix tool that I have is it's quick. You know, button. You push the button, thing flips out like a little switchblade. It's awful cool. But the blades on those things that you stick down into the green and you wobble it around and stand the grass back up, it pierces every kind of soil that I've tried it on.
Yeah.
So even if you have some greens that are kind of push-up greens made out of clay, they're a little bit firmer underneath and they haven't been airified, that just goes right through it. It's amazing.
That overcomes the fact that so many people don't know what to do when they get up there with a tool.
I saw that thing down at the PGA show, and I saw how those little prongs, they pop right out, and they're little I don't know. They're little, looks like little wires.
Yeah.
And they're bent. And you push it in, you twist the thing, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Boy, that worked.
Yeah. It's quick, painless. You still have to bend over, which I think is one of the problems. A lot of these guys are just too lazy to bend over. But, maybe put it on a long stick. Thanks for thinking, Dave. That's why we got you here.
So you mean I don't have to use a golf tee anymore to fix
you
it?
Just push down the stick and that thing pops out of the bottom and twists a little bit. You might have something even better.
You build it into the end of your putter.
You could sell it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Find some way to attach it to the end of the putter handle. There you go, man. That's free,
right.
Bart.
Yeah, and we will come up with a lot of other models around these pin shapes. So we'll have tools that will slide them out. We'll have tools that slide them out and have automatic retraction. We are even working on a switch blade version of it. So if the blade shoots out of the tool. And when it's in the open position, the third pin just comes out of the fork, and it makes that little triangle again, so that you have the tool that you want to have.
Was it just you got disgusted with the condition of greens you were playing, and you said to yourself, somebody should do something about this, and I'm just the guy to do it? Or how did this all come about?
We're always trying to be innovative.
Mm-hmm.
And we worked with an Irish inventor that was working on the different kinds of shapes of pins for divot tools. And when we started talking to him, we built a lot of different models in different shapes. And then suddenly we came up with these pins with a teardrop shape at the end, and that worked so perfectly that we decided to go for that and build some nice products around that.
And you have done that. And I got to say, aesthetically, your products are gorgeous. I mean, I don't see how they could be any more attractive.
Yeah, we always try to go for a very colorful collection. A lot of our business is in the promotional industry as well.
Right.
So it's like half and half. And we always try to provide a range of colors so that companies can always find a match with their logo and the brand, so they have an excellent story to put on a tool that they give away on golf outings and other events. And
for promotional for a company, I would suggest you get something unique and cool like the twist from Pitch Fix and put your logo on the ball marker that's affixed to the end of it, and you're going to get noticed because people will say, "Wow, this is cool." The first question is going to be, "Well, what the heck is this?" And then when they see what it is, and they're going to go, "Wow, this is cool," and then your company will be associated with something that's new and cool and hip, and there you go. It's a win-win-win-win-win for everybody, and the greens are going to look better.
Yeah, exactly. And what we also have is a beautiful range of gift packaging around it. So companies can really stand out by giving Pitch Fix products out as a gift on their events.
You know, and it's funny, since I ran into you guys at the PGA show in January, I've been more aware. And I have seen a display of your products in every pro shop I've been in. No exaggeration. Every pro shop I've been in since January.
That's very nice to hear.
Yeah, somebody's sales department's doing a good job, man. So do you have anything?
Well, I won't say it's me.
Do you have anything else on the drawing board? Anything coming out? Are you guys resting on your laurels, or what's going on down there?
No, I think in the July-August time frame we will come up with some new models around the pin shapes that we have in the current twister that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And these are going to be a very exciting new products. We are very excited to have them around in the July-August time frame and just have another go with some beautiful stuff from Pitch Fix.
That's fantastic. It is Bart from Pitch Fix, and you can see the stuff at pitchfix.com, or we've got some pictures at thoseweekendgolfguys.com too. And Bart, it's again, thank you for supplying the golf guys with enough stuff. Now we have no excuses for leaving. Now we've got to get back with Jeff so we can learn how to actually make marks on the green.
That's right.
Because now we've got the stuff to fix them with. That was our excuse. We didn't know how to fix them, so we didn't want to create any of them.
That's right. Come up short every time.
That's
right. All you need to do is get your 8-iron going for 180 yards.
Oh yeah,
we'll do the job for you.
Yeah, come on in from about 100 feet up, straight down. We can do that. All right. Bart, we appreciate you spending some time with us today here with those Weekend Golf Guys. Enjoy your time in North Carolina, and we'll run into you soon. Appreciate it, my man.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you
very much, John. And it was great to be on your show.
It's great to have you. We will have you back. Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Bart.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. With Pitch Fix, pitchfix.com. And now how do I make sure I make a ball mark? Hit it high?
Well, you just got to have, you got to have the ball up in the air a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so, your wedges are better, and we got to make sure that your ball position's in the right spot. So when you make your golf swing, the bottom of that swing gets just below the bottom of the golf ball. You'll have plenty of loft.
Right.
But we got to make sure that the ball's in the right spot, because otherwise you knock it too low. There's not a ball mark on that green, and then you're chipping from 30 yards behind the green.
Yeah,
so,
I've done that, man. And those marks back there, those aren't fun to fix at all. Those aren't fun to fix at all.
No. You know what? If you're playing in the southeast, you're worried about alligators back there
and snakes and stuff. I hate all of that. Well, listen, wherever you're listening, we appreciate you being here today and hope that you come back next week too. What the heck? It's fun. We'll be here, so you might as well be. Want to say thanks to Dave Granell for stopping by on his way through town, spending some time with us here.
Great being here.
Be positive.
Be positive. I'm going to leave you with this from Dr. Joseph Parent. He says, don't play golf to relax. You have to relax to play golf.
Words to live by.
I like that.
Man, Dave's just been spouting off all kinds of stuff you've been writing down. I think Jeff's embroidering some of the stuff that you've said today, Dave. You can't ever be too positive, right? I'm positive. You sure, John? I'm positive. All right, listen, thoseweekendgolfguys.com. Check us out there anytime you can. Follow us on Facebook, please, or like us. What do? You like us on Facebook at facebook.com/golfguys. You follow us on Twitter. See, I'm getting the nomenclatures down.
And you love to listen.
At WKND Golf Guys on Twitter. And Jeff, drive safe. We will talk to you next week live from the Golf Cave. Again, Dave Granell, have a safe trip back to Chicago. We appreciate your time.
You.
And you come back next week too, all right? Thank you, Mr. Producer Man, Mark.
Keep it in the fairway.
Got it, pal.
Go play some golf. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Now there's a martini that improves your driving. The new Martini Golf Tee actually gives you longer, straighter drives compared to old-fashioned wood tees. It's virtually unbreakable, made in the USA, and conforms with USGA rules. Get yours today at martinigolftees.com. So improve your driving with a martini. The Martini Golf Tee. Visit martinigolftees.com.
Jeff, I was out Monday with Joseph, my 10-year-old, and we both were having the same problem, man. Just missing. I mean, trying to read the green, and the ball breaks, you get the line, and it stops 2 inches before you get to the cup.
Missed it by that much.
Or it scoots by on the left or the right by a hair and moves on.
The hard thing there is getting your stroke to go where you're aimed. People, they do some hand twisting, their arms move around, but not the people that come see me in my clinics. We start the putting with the putting stroke teacher. We get them on there. Their forearms are nice and level. The putting stroke teacher fits right on their putter. And next thing you know, they're draining putts. And they're looking at this going, this is the easiest thing I've ever seen.
Nice. I tried it and it worked.
Well, if it works for her,
that's right.
It's going to work for anybody.
6 straight putts in a row.
As I say, I got to get me one of these.
That's right.
What is it? The Putting Stroke Teacher, TPSteacher.com.
TPSteacher.com. Yeah, TPSteacher.com. Got to get one of those things, man. They're easy.
Hey, Jeff, I was watching the Golf Channel, believe it or not, the other day, and they did this thing on drivers, and they were showing where on the face of a driver you get the best reaction. And they said that the best place to hit it is in the upper quadrant by the toe.
I think what they did is they may have figured out where most of the people have been hitting it anyway, and they kind of put the hot spot over a little above the center of the club and a little bit towards the toe, thinking that they could get people to hit it a little bit farther. But you know what? Regardless of the one little spot they put it, there's people can't hit it anyway.
Yeah.
So, you're struggling.
I was going to say, that's the whole thought between what Dean Knuth did with the high heat driver, is make the whole face a sweet spot. Yeah.
He knew that the average amateur golfer, he can't pick out what spot on the club he's going to hit it. He had to make it so the whole thing was hot. So no matter, he designed it. When he was telling us about how he designed that thing, I was completely amazed. He taught me something that I did not know. The center of gravity on his club is actually below the center line, and it's the only club that's ever been on the market that the center of gravity of the club is actually below it. He moved it around so that every place was a hot spot on the face. What a perfect driver built for the average guy, because the average guy can't pinpoint where the heck he's going to hit the ball on the face.
Exactly. You will make fewer mistakes, fewer bad shots. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. They're going to ask you if you want to buy one, where you heard about it. Tell them you heard about it from those weekend golf guys, and the whole club will cost you $70 less. All right, you're going to get a $70 discount because you are our listeners. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. It's a high heat driver. The entire face is a sweet spot. You need one.